Welcome. This is the Bird's Eye View, and we are back, and I am the War Duck, and we are here with Mr. Krow.
Up, everybody. The other way.
Yeah. All right. So, see, just last week, we had a game reveal, and that was Indiana Jones. So we'll take a quick look at this trailer. We won't play it all the way through, but
let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you.
This dude reminds me of the guy Raiders of the Lost Ark, though.
Well, I mean, this is apparently this is supposed to be set in between the last movie. I forgot what it was called. One with what was the last one called?
It was this boy, wasn't it? Oh no, wait. There's a new one that came out.
No, not the newest one.
Not the newest one.
Yeah, what was the last Indiana Jones?
Well, he's the one where he came out with
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. That was the temple one. The Last Temple? What? Last Crusade. Last Crusade.
Yeah, okay. So
there was another one after that too.
Yeah,
and then the most recent one.
But I think that one was the new woke one that just came out that didn't really.
Yeah, it didn't do fair.
So apparently this is supposed to happen in between the Last Crusade and the one right before
Temple
that.
Of Doom?
Yeah, Temple of Doom. Is kind of what I heard. I don't really know that's for a fact, but that's just kind of what I heard. So my problem with this game though is looking even at the graphics. I'm not.
Maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning.
I think they look good.
They look okay, but in a cinematic, I don't know, like.
But you're right. This is cinema. This is a movie.
Yeah.
This isn't gameplay.
So.
Myths.
That right there reminds me of exactly what we've
History.
talked about.
Tomb Raider. Or Uncharted. And this is really the problem I had with it.
Waiting.
That's Tomb Raider right all over right there.
Exactly. I was going to say that's Tomb Raider. That makes
run
me
away from your problems.
That feels Tomb
Indiana.
Raider. But the fighting scenes
okay.
Uncharted.
There's got the whip. That's Tomb Raider ripoff right there.
Yeah. But it's Tomb Raider was Indiana Jones.
That's Uncharted.
Yeah, this is Uncharted. This makes me feel Uncharted. This screams Uncharted.
Well, except it's first person. Like, it's a lot more first person
Mankind has
view.
built sites of great spiritual significance.
That looks like Uncharted.
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe.
Okay. So this is my problem with Indiana Jones, is I don't have a problem with an Indiana Jones game. My problem is you have Tomb Raider that was basically the pioneer of these type of games.
Yes, I agree.
And there's been several Tomb Raiders, and they've kind of built on themselves, but they haven't really changed a whole lot. All they've done is made the graphics better and sometimes made the combat worse. But overall, there hasn't really been tons of innovation in this style of game. And then on top of that, you have Uncharted, that series. And that series is a little more adventure-y, I guess, than the way Tomb Raider was. Tomb Raider, I felt like
it was more puzzles.
Yeah, it was much more single alone, not a whole lot of combat, but it was a lot more puzzles and figuring stuff out. Where Uncharted was a lot more combat oriented and stuff, and then figuring stuff out. But my problem is you have those two games that were really huge on their own. How do you innovate and do something new that makes you want to play this Indiana Jones game instead of it just being a reskin of Tomb Raider or a reskin of Uncharted? What they've shown
I
me
don't feel
so
like they've
far in
done
this
that.
trailer, I have not seen anything that basically wasn't just a reskin Tomb Raider puzzle or a reskin cinematic view of an
Uncharted.
opening of Uncharted. And that's kind of my problem. If this game was $25, $30, okay, maybe.
Are they thinking of releasing this full price?
Oh, dude, it's Indiana Jones. It's guaranteed $60, $70 game. Guarantee it.
Well, yeah, that's probably.
And that's kind of where I'm stuck with Indiana Jones. Is I haven't seen anything in here where you pull the Baldur's Gate 3 and you completely rewrote the rules of these adventure puzzle games.
Well, and it's not even rewriting the rules, right? Like you mentioned at the very beginning. What's new? What does this game bring us that may be new? Because I'm with you. I don't see anything new in here. That maybe the story. That's great.
I was gonna say, so far the only thing new is going to be the story, and the biggest draw of this is it's Indiana Jones, and that's kind of where I'm a little disappointed.
Those of you who've made it at least this far, and I know we're not even that far, but I'm going to throw this out there. You can leave a comment, right? I'm not a big Lucas fan or Lucasfilm fan. Like, this is made with Xbox. What is it? Bethesda, if that's how you pronounce it, and Lucasfilm. They showed that at the very opening of this thing, and it screams to me like, oh boy. Feel like
I didn't see any wokeism in this like Lucasfilm has done lately. But my problem, my problem is as much as I like the Indiana Jones stuff, I played Uncharted series, I played the Tomb Raider series. I don't know that this is a game. Like I said, if this was $20, $30, $35, maybe. But this is gonna be a $60, $70 game, and there ain't no way in hell.
I'm gonna say if this comes to PlayStation, because it's Microsoft all over it, right? If this comes to PlayStation, I hope they release it as one of the free games that we get next year in 2025. Because right now, I'm with you. I'm not gonna go jump all over this. It's not screaming at me.
There's the draw, right? Indiana Jones.
You have any idea how old that was?
Game Pass, Xbox Series. What does it say? Oh, come on. PC games, Steam, Bethesda, Machine Games, Lucas. I don't see PlayStation, so it may not even be on. It might be a Xbox exclusive.
It's all right. We're not missing out anything, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I don't.
Don't get me wrong. I love Indiana Jones. I love the movies. I liked them all the way until The Last Crusade. Didn't really dig the one where
this is adventure game from Machine Games, award-winning studio behind the recent Wolfenstein series, and exclusive produced by Hall of Fame game designer Todd Howard. I don't know what else Todd Howard has done. I don't know a lot of the game designer stuff, but it's one thing you take original Wolfenstein and you turn it into a updated 3 or 4 dimensional game, and then you do a new story. That's easy.
That's easy. That compared to
But
Indiana
you
Jones.
jump into Tomb Raider and Uncharted's territory and just reskin it with Indiana Jones. If it wasn't Indiana Jones, would this game be interesting? Right? That's the whole thing. If this was Jimmy John from Brooklyn's Adventure, would this be popular, or would this be a game that you'd want to play? Or
Well,
is
let's
the
be
only
honest,
draw Indiana Jones?
let's throw it out there. Like, what if this was Laura Croft's brother? I know the
Yeah.
storyline, but let's just say,
Yeah.
let's say it's her. Let's say this is Laura Croft's dad before
Hey, there you go.
Laura Croft. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. That would have been better for me, honestly.
That would exactly,
because it
right?
puts you into Tomb Raider. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You're that gives it a better selling point. I love Indiana Jones. I think he's awesome and great. Like I said, I loved it up until the Last Crusade, and they came out with Shia LaBeouf or whatever his name is. I was like, nah, kind of lost it.
Okay, moving on. We're going right into, hey, Microsoft just laid off 1,900 Activision and Blizzard and Xbox employees.
Speaking of Microsoft's new game.
right. Like, okay, you came out with Indiana Jones, and now we're going to lay 1,900 people off because of,
And just to be clear too, that I found out about this as I was looking into it a little bit, because this was all over my feed.
Yeah.
It's hitting the gamer. It's hitting the game developers. It's
So,
not like
okay,
Microsoft's
when I first saw this headline, I was shocked.
Oh yeah.
And then I read the article. And then I wasn't. Because I was like, 1,900 game designer. Holy crap, that's because some of these games are being designed with 2 or 3 or 4 people.
Correct.
So then I was like, 1,900. I was like, oh my god. And then I read, and they have 22,000 employees.
Yeah.
So 1,900 is 8%. It doesn't even scratch it.
No, they're
right.
They're basically times are tight,
well,
and it's now
hitting, more than that. It's more than that because they bought Blizzard
Activision?
and
Is it Activision or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, right? And so now you have basically
they've acquired some waste.
Yeah. So now you have a bunch of people that were doing the same jobs and stuff, and so they kind of cut some of those out. They cut probably the lowest performing 1,900 folks out and got rid of them. I doubt this was just all Activision people, all employees, but this is definitely what happens after a merger. They merge, and then they say, okay, we have all these people doing the same thing. We don't need that. And then they cut that out. So
they cut off, they trim off the excess fat.
Yeah, it says, together we set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensued that we all aligned to the best opportunities and growth. Okay, so after I got over the headline shock, when I started reading into it, it wasn't as big a deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, 1,900 people don't have a job. That's a big deal. But if we're talking about the gaming industry, it's not really that big of a hit. But it was just the shock of headline of such a large number, because we're used to playing games with 4 or 10 developers, and then you hear that 1,900 developers were cut. You're like, whoa. So yeah, but it wasn't 1,900 developers though. Either.
No. It was around the gaming.
Yeah, 1,900.
My hope, and it's around the gaming. It's not Microsoft like the sequel, or what is there?
Yeah, it's 1,900 and the Microsoft gaming division.
Yes, there you go. Thank you. Division. And I think too, the reason why this took me, like you said, took me off guard was just the headline alone.
Yeah.
Because also in the headlines were some of Amazon's and Google's and eBay's cutbacks too, where I was like, holy
there was another developer I saw that cut back, another game developer I saw that laid some people off. But also there was a lot of this talk was about a game that that Microsoft had been developing for like
6 years.
6 years.
Actually, I think it's Blizzard. It wasn't Microsoft. It's
Or
Blizzard.
Blizzard. Okay, that
Yeah,
Blizzard.
and because Microsoft, consumed Blizzard, yeah, that they let it go. And yeah, it's been in the making for 6 years. I'm trying to remember the name of it too. I'm gonna quickly scan. Can't remember the name of it. I want to say it was like Eggshell or something. It's just something weird.
So Blizzard announced that it
Code
was
name.
making a survival game. It let's see.
It had a weird code name.
Yeah. But it sounded like all the people really liked the game.
Odyssey.
Odyssey, that's right.
Odyssey. It was called Odyssey. Yeah, but
And
there wasn't
it was a survival game.
a long in development survival game dubbed Odyssey is canceled.
Yeah. And it kind of sounded like it was in Unreal Engine, and then they took it to an in-house engine that they ran, that Microsoft runs mobile games on, because they wanted to do like 100 people in the map or something, and then it just didn't really work well.
Yeah.
And then and then they kind of just canceled it. So that was a little spread, because if you think about it, like survival games in general kind of rule Steam. Like, they have some of the highest concurrent numbers, and they last forever. 7 Days to Die is still not released, and it's still got people playing it.
I was going to say,
Valheim, Sons of the Forest.
You've got a great replay value.
Yeah.
You can play the same game over and over, and it's not the same game.
And we really haven't had a AAA release in this genre. It's only been small developers that develop these survival games. And I think that's interesting, but I don't think there's a lot of money. Like, you're never going to get the fanfare of a Baldur's Gate 3 or a Final Fantasy or whatever as you would with a survival game. And I think that might be why these AAAs stay away from those. Plus, I think they're kind of difficult in a way. Like, how do you innovate on the survival game and make it different than everything else? But,
true.
like Enshrouded has tried and done some good things, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But yeah, it's kind of interesting here that they canceled that game. It's too bad. But
I think also in this layoff too, something that we didn't mention was founder of Blizzard. Well, he's mentioned as a co-founder, but he's been there forever, which is Alien.
Mike Ybarra has also decided to leave, and Blizzard survival games
Yeah, they're both they've both kind of walked out. They were not laid off.
I wonder if they're gonna go resigning and start their own company again.
I wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But I don't think we'll hear about it for some time. Yeah. If it was me and them, I don't see why they wouldn't enjoy a small break and just try to take it easy, maybe. But they're gonna get bored. They're going to get that entrepreneur bug always comes back, and it starts to hit. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out, 2 years from now, we start hearing about something. Yeah, it was just sad. It's sad to hear that. I understand it, and I see how it has to happen. It is excess fat from acquiring a company, but it's also sad to know that there's 1,900 people out there. Right. And let's be honest too, some of them don't even know until Tuesday this week.
So the day after, the day before, or the day after, or somewhere right around the Indiana Jones release, Enshrouded came out. And I've been playing that game for like a week now.
Nice.
And and it was supposed to be this co-op game right? But there's been some issues with that, and a lot of people have kind of backed off playing co-op. And so the number one requested thing for feedback is allow for player-based quest progression. So right now, when I had jumped on the co-op server, everything that I do when somebody else logs on for the first time because they want to play, they don't get to do all the stuff that I've already done.
You don't get to?
Nope. Because I already completed all that stuff.
Because you've completed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people are pissed because with co-op games, you have the people that can play all the time. You have the people that can play some of the time. And then you have the people that have lives and can play rarely. So even when they're all on the same server, the people that play all the time progress the game so far. The other people start in, everything's already done. They just have to join wherever the game currently is. And that's kind of been a problem.
That kind of sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
So
there's no kinda. That sucks.
And so like if I go and kill a boss, not only is the boss dead, I get the reward for the boss and nobody else does. And so that's kind of the problem. Yeah. So I have gone off the server. I'm no longer playing on my buddy's server. I am just playing a solo game, and I'm having fun with it. The building's fine. It's got a couple things that for me would make it better, but it's where I don't have anything bad to say about the building. Like you can kind of do what you want for the most part. The only thing you can't do is like you're stuck within a 90-degree turn on objects on a wall or something. You can't put it exactly where you want it. Does that make sense, right? Okay. So there's not that fine tune. Like you can't get it at 25 degrees, right? It's only got to be at the 90 or the 90 or the 90. You can't kind of make a round building.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's frustrating.
So there's stuff like that. There's like no real weather stuff there. It's just everything you do is based on this skill tree, right? So even when you mine or kill something, you get XP overall, and then you can put points into these particular categories that you want, like whether it's double jump or whether it's dexterity or endurance or whatever. You can't like go run around the map and build your endurance, right? It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
So the game is fun. It's still early access. I do hope they change some of these things that people are requesting. But with the game not being all that expensive, I think it was $20 some, $25, $29 or something like that. Well within the realm of something that is a nice game that you can, if you choose to stay in certain areas, stay within your level, right?
Okay.
The farther away you go from your origination spot, the more difficult you'll run into. The same type of enemies, but they'll be tougher enemies. They'll be level 7 enemies, and so they'll be a little strong, hit a little harder, right? So, but it's for somebody like me that likes to explore, likes to build. It's well within my wheelhouse, and I'm having some fun with it. So for less than $30, it's a game that I'm enjoying.
That's good. Good feedback there.
All right. So the last segment we're gonna do here is we're gonna talk about February releases. So what do we got coming up in February? We have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
That's
that comes out February 29th. We have, you know what? Isn't there like a calendar?
Oh, a calendar for the...
Yeah, that like goes day by day.
Yeah, there's one of them out there. I haven't looked at it for a while. I could try to find it if you want me to. Yeah, is that I'm
Here we
I
go.
don't play the Final Fantasies. Not my style. I know
Yeah.
people say that they are amazing and they're really great. They're really
I
awesome.
played whatever
Awesome.
one that was on the PlayStation 2,
Okay.
5 maybe,
I was
3.
gonna say I
Fuck, I
want to
don't
say that
know.
was 5 or 6.
But
Yeah,
I just can't get into
or
them.
7.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
got Grand
I
Blue
struggled.
Fantasy Relink, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC, February 1st. I have no idea what that game is. One Punch Man, never heard of that either,
Don't know
February
anything about it.
1st. Persona 3, I've heard of that. If you're into the Persona games, it's not something I'll be
Yep.
playing. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, that was one of the Crow's games.
I have hope. I'm excited for this game. I hope it's good. I don't have a lot of expectations, but I sure hope it's a good game.
That's
I'm
February
ex
2nd.
I
And
hope it's
then and
good.
then and then here's the game that Crow's actually excited about. For February 8th, you have Helldivers 2.
Yes, I'm stoked about that one. I'm excited for this one. I might even have to jump on the like I am right there on the pre-order. I'm excited for this. I'm so excited for this game, but I'm really trying to hold out because it could bomb.
uh
I'm excited for this one.
so we have on also okay, that was February. So February 13th is Banishers Ghost of New Eden.
I
And
haven't
that was
played
a
the
game
Banisher.
that was one of the ones that I'm watching. I was hoping this game would be co-op, but everything that I've
Oh,
read so far is
not co-op.
it's there's two characters in the game, I'm pretty sure it's not co-op. Everything I've read is a single player game, but it
Dang.
still looks fun. But it looks like a game that would have just been more fun as co-op so far.
Would have been,
Like
yeah.
in the if you look at the trailers and stuff, I don't know. But well, that's not a game that I'll get on the day of release. I'll check it out a little bit and see how it's going. But I'm still gonna be paying close attention to that game. Okay, also on February 13th, we got Ultras, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if
Arzette,
I'll
the
trust it
Jewel
though.
of Faramore. Also don't know what that is. February 14th. Oh, and in case you didn't like Tomb Raider or Indiana Jones, you can play the remastered Tomb
You can
Raider
play the
1, 2, and
remastered.
3, February
I was gonna
14th.
say those
So
do come out this month.
I'm kind of interested to see what the remaster looks like. Um,
I think it would, yeah.
because those are 1, 2, and 3 are the classic Tomb Raider games, and it would just be, even though they they'll just be the same game. It'd be interesting to see. I just wonder what they're going to do with the price with this game. If because it's 1, 2, and 3, it's like a package set. Are they gonna do like a full 50, $60, or is it gonna be more like 30?
I'm hoping it's the 30 because
So
from what I've seen, at least through what I know of these, they've just been remastered.
yeah.
They're not being brought up to date, up to standards with like the Unreal Engine or anything. So don't expect that. These are just being remastered as is. So some of the pixelations that we used to have are just going to be cleaned up.
All right, February 15th, we got Played Up.
I don't know what that is.
February 16th, we got Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but that's only on Switch.
I was going to say that. You guys have fun out there.
And then another one that Krow had brought up on one of the last videos was February 16th, we got Skull and Bones.
And I'm so hoping that this Duck laughs because he was the one who put the nail in the coffin for me. Like I have so much hope for this game. I was really excited for it, but Duck is not the only one that I've heard from that you're expecting something that it's not. Don't. Like
Yeah. When
I
I
was
played
so excited for this to be something
the
that
open beta or whatever it was, I just was not.
it's not what you expect.
Yeah, it just wasn't Black Flag, it just wasn't. That's the whole problem with it is if they should. I don't understand how they messed this up so bad. Just take Black Flag,
Oh,
alter the story a little tiny bit, make it fucking co-op, and there you go. That's all you had to do.
Done.
That's it. That's all you
talk
had
about
to do.
reskinning something. This is all we want to
Yes,
do.
that's literally all you had to do. But they
they've
came
not
out
done
with this
that.
Skull and Bones. It is not that at all. And I don't know. Like,
A lot
I
of the
still
sales
have hope
pitches-
that they fix it, and it becomes something that it wasn't at open beta. But I don't know. Like,
I don't know. The way they sell it too is just that. The original idea came from Black Flag, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and it kind of goes on that. And it's not Black Flag at all. I mean, that's
yeah.
like Sprite trying to tell you why they came or that you're drinking a Coke. It started and revived by Coke. Oh, it's clear. It doesn't have caffeine.
All
Not
right.
the same thing at all.
February
Anyway,
22nd, we got Nightingale. This one is like the time travel kill monsters game, building.
I didn't know about this game, or at least it didn't.
It's one of the ones that we brought up that on our video, but it's
is PC.
yeah, it is PC only. I don't know that it'll ever go to console, but this will be a game that will, it will compete directly with, Enshrouded and Valheim and those kind of games. And it's like a
Yes,
cross
Valheim, I see
between
that one.
it's like a cross between a survival game and Monster Hunter is kind of what I've seen a little bit. But the storyline looks like it's really good, and they have some lot of innovative different things in it. So this is a game that we'll have to check out, and if I am done with Enshrouded by then, we'll be probably picking this up.
Nice.
Open Roads, February 22nd. I
don't know about Open Roads.
It's coming out on every single platform.
Yeah. I hadn't heard about Open Road. Well, I'm not aware of what it is.
That looks very cartoony, cut and paste. Yeah, okay. All right, Pacific Drive. That is a survival game where basically your base is a car and you're driving around and fixing up your car or something like that. I haven't watched a ton of stuff on it, but it is a survival game based out of your car. And then
Interesting.
And then also,
it does come on PlayStation too. Just so PS5 specifically, I can say it does come out on PS5. I'm not sure about the 4.
February 22nd, Sons of the Forest actually releases.
Yep, it's a release.
Yeah, we played that on the early access stuff, and was kind of waiting for this.
Early access.
Yeah, and then on the 28th, we have Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons remake. It's a remake.
Oh, I don't think it's.
Well, it says remake though.
I don't.
It doesn't say remaster. It says remake.
It says it's a remake, and if this is the Brothers that I'm thinking it is, it was kind of. It's an awkward game. It was a unique game. That's what I meant to say. It's a unique game to play on the console because one brother is the right joystick, the other brother is a left joystick. It is not crossplay. It's
oh god, dude, I couldn't.
You have to control. It was very unique, very different. But it won some awards too. It was great. And if it's being remade, I'm sure they're trying to update the graphics and stuff. Lots of people who played this game really thought it was a fun game and when they got through it, they thought it was a great story. And I just couldn't get through. It was just a weird game. It wasn't what I was expecting, and so I've never turned it back on.
And we got the last two games that Mr. Krow is super excited for. Star Wars Dark Forces Remastered.
Can't wait.
February 28th. And then a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, February 29th release. Kind of slim in February's releases. but
Yeah.
we
It's
got
all right.
so
I'm
the highlight, we got Suicide Squads, we got Helldivers 2, we
Divers.
got Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden, and Skull and Bones, and Nightingale. So
Nightingale.
those are the
I would even
ones
put
that we'll be
Nightingale
keeping an
above
eye
Skull and
on.
Bones.
Well, I was just going in order. I wasn't.
No, I'm trying to think to put Nightingale in. Yeah, I'm hoping. Like, I hope Helldivers 2 specifically is as good as I hope it is, because I'll be playing that for a while. Yeah, and we'll keep an eye on the what's coming up next, and
Yeah,
let y'all know.
and so we'll do
updated.
at the end of each month, we'll do a video where we release out about what's coming on the next month and stuff like that. So, all right, with that,
We're playing around with the ideas of maybe giving you some feedback of what we're seeing, what the games that we're playing, what we think of them.
so that was our 30 minutes in gaming for this one. So let us know what you think.
Right.
Are you excited for any of these games coming up? Were you shocked by the Microsoft layoffs? And are you going to be purchasing Indiana Jones Tomb Raider? I mean, Indiana Jones is
Indiana Jones Tomb Raider? No, wait. Indiana Jones Circle, whatever it was, a perfect circle or great circle,
something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone. Appreciate you and your support. We'll see you around next time.
Much love all.